Asking someone to follow you is the saddest question on the internet. Care about what the right people think about you, but not what everybody thinks about you, basically. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to Mental Fitness with Neeha, the workout for your mind. This is the second episode of covering the book Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. So if you haven't seen part one, go check that out and let's get into this video. One very important thing that Austin Kleon talks about is teach what you know. Sometimes we think that if we tell people what we know or share our knowledge, everyone will be as good as us and it will just increase competition. But if you think about it, if you see like Gordon Ramsay like cooking a pizza or something, you're not going to be able to make it like him, right? Basically, what the book says is that the minute you learn something, you should turn around and teach it to other people. Teaching doesn't take away from what you do, it actually adds value. Once you teach something, you understand it better, firstly. And secondly, when you teach someone something, you're also generating more interest in your own work. So teach people what you know, and it's a good thing. Now, while you should teach what you know, be aware that you don't turn into human spam. Some people, when they reach a certain level of success, they only start sharing their own things and get into their own work. Because no matter how successful you get in life, you always want your next project, you always want collaborators, you want people to work with. The entire premise of this book is that ideas are born in collaboration with people. So you always look for more like-minded people and notice them and share their work. If you want to really be noticed, notice other people. Once in a while, just listen to other people and observe other people's work. Another thing that this book says is that you don't want eyeballs, you want hearts. Basically, what the book says is that don't care about the number of followers that you have. Instead, think about the quality of followers that you have. Who are the people who actually follow you? Are they people who are actually interested in your content? And obviously, if you want followers, you need to be someone worth following. It's very common to say that life is all about who you know and your networks, but your networks is based on who you are and what you do. So if you make sure that you share work that you love and you show up as yourself online, then people who have those similar interests and people who think like you will find you eventually. While we're on this topic of followers, Austin Kleon also says that asking someone to follow you is the saddest question on the internet. When I started my YouTube channel, not many videos ago, I used to actually ask people in the end, hey guys, please follow my channel, like, so please subscribe to my channel. Is that I read this and I'm like, shit. So I've basically stopped asking people to follow me back or subscribe to my channel. But if you want, you can. But if someone wants to follow you, they'll follow you. Don't ask for followers. Another very interesting thing that Austin Kleon talks about this book is something called the vampire test. The vampire test is a simple way to know who you should let in and who you need to kick out of your life. If after hanging out with someone you feel tired, worn out, and depleted, they're a vampire. On the other hand, if after hanging out with someone you feel energetic and happy, they're not a vampire. The thing to note is that vampires cannot be cured. If they're vampires, they're vampires. So should you find yourself in the presence of a vampire, make sure to not have them in your life. The last thing about forming relationships online is that when you do find people who share the same interests as you, who actually appreciate the work that you do and have a similar mindset, make sure to really double down and invest in those relationships and nurture those relationships. People who actually watch your videos, see your work, want to do similar things, make sure you invest in relationships with them. Like call them up and ask their opinion on something you wrote or a video you're doing, or just create those relationships because they'll turn out to be super valuable in the future. Next, learn to take a punch. The thing about sharing your work online is that you have to be ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly. You cannot only have fame and clout and followers and fans and all of that. You will have haters, you will have critics. And the only way that you actually learn to take a punch is you practice getting hit a lot. So put out a lot of your work and let people take their best shot at it. Honestly, that's the only thing you can do. It's not about not taking criticism and just being above everything. It's about who you're taking criticism from. If you actually value someone's opinion, take their criticism. But from meaningless haters, don't let that stuff in. Care about what the right people think about you, but not what everybody thinks about you. Basically. Number 8, sell out. Even if you're an artist or a creator, you need to find a way to make money. We need to essentially get over the whole starving artist romanticism that you developed through movies. That artists are, in love with their art and that is their soul. But at the end of the day, you need money. The best artworks in the world, like the Sistine Chapel built by Michelangelo, was made on commission. So good work can be made with money as well. Only monetize your work and attach a price to your work once you're confident in its quality and that it's good enough, and then be proud of it and sell it. Of course, pay it forward. So once you have success, once you have a community and that clout, you make sure to recognize other people, your teachers, your mentors who've supported you to get here. The last thing that this book says is stick around and don't quit your show. Think about your life as a story. We actually never know what's going to happen next. Our life is a story, but we never know what is going to happen next, what's going to happen tomorrow. All we can do is show up every single day and do what we do. In fact, Oscar Wilde says this, that if you want a happy ending, it only depends on where you stop your story. More often than not, the people who actually get what they want are those who persevere and stick around for a long time. It's very important to not quit prematurely. I'll give you a very personal example. This entire YouTube channel, I feel like quitting literally every single week. No, okay, not every single week, but quite a few times when a video doesn't get the number of views it gets or views I want. Let's say I post a video, it'll get like 10 views or something on the first day, and then randomly 2 weeks later, it'll go up to 5,000 views or something like that. So the thing is that you never know what is going to happen. What you can do is create your content, show up, and share it with the world. And do what is in your control, essentially, and show up. Lastly, begin again. Lastly, when you feel that you've learned enough from something that you've been doing for a while, learn to turn around and start something new. Austin Kleon says that you can't be content with mastery and you have to become a student again. And the thing is that when you start again, you're not actually starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Basically, share your work, speak about things that you love, and the right people will show up. When they do show up, invest in relationships with them, and keep being a lifelong learner. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this book added value to you, this video added value to you. If you'd like any specific book for me to do next or any podcast guest to bring on, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.